Hey guys, welcome back. So today in this video we'll be learning what is software testing. So in simple term, what do you mean by software testing is we will check the application or the product based on the requirement specification. So based on the requirements whatever you get, you need to test the application. So we'll be looking in the application or if you're checking the product. So in simple, it is nothing but we are looking at the application and checking whether the application is working as expected according to the requirement specification. So if the outcome of this application or the product is as expected, then we could certify that this application is working, and if we found any defect or something, then this needs to be reported and tested back again. So this is in short what is software test. So now we'll be looking in this video 4 types of testings. One is black box testing. Second, white box. Third, gray. And fourth one we'll look, that is ad hoc testing. So now let's discuss in detail one by one. So now first let us discuss about black box testing. So to remember what is black box testing, in short we can write that internal working of the application is not known by the tester. So what in this black box testing is, so when you're checking with an application, you will be providing inputs and you will be getting some outputs. So how these inputs and outputs are coming from the internal code, so this internal workings will not be known by the tester. The tester will only provide the input and get the output. So if we check the expected result with the actual result, it should be as expected. So this is the work of the tester to check with black box testing. In short, the tester does not require the internal knowledge like how it works. So this is how black box testing. So if you look into a real scenarios, so how is black box tested? So first thing what the tester does is gathers the requirement, like exactly what needs to be tested. So he's gathering the SRS, that is software requirement specification. So first thing we'll gather the requirement, and next the tester will have tested this application with positive and negative scenarios. And then what the tester does, designs the test case according to the scenario, and then executes the test execution. And if it is all fine, it moves into the prod, that is production. And if any defects or any bug is found, then this will be reported and retested. So this is what happens in real world scenario. And one more thing is that black box testing is also known as behavioral testing. So we have just looked what is black box testing. Now let's move on with white box testing. In black box testing, we saw that the tester does not know the internal working of the application, whereas in white box testing, the tester should have the knowledge about the internal working of the application. So he should be knowing the codes. So when you are giving an input in the application to test, you have to know the code behind it. So how is it functioning? So here the tester should have a detailed knowledge on the internal logics. How the code works on. And white box testing is also called as glass testing and open box testing. So even in white box testing, if we look for a real scenarios how it is tested, So it would be the same way as black box. So we gather the requirement specifications, and then we have to design the scenarios related to positive and negative. And if the scenario doesn't work according to the requirement specification, then the tester has to bug the logs and check where the application is exactly gone wrong, and then report it. And then once the issue or the defect is resolved, then we have to retest the application. Now we'll look what is gray box testing. So just a brief or a short description about the gray box and ad hoc testing. So gray box testing is nothing but the combination of black and white box testing. Combination of black box testing and white box testing. So when we were checking with the black box testing, the tester only tests the application's user interface. So in gray box testing, the tester has access to the documents and the database. So having this knowledge, a tester can prepare a test data and test scenarios while making its test plan. Ad hoc testing is also known as random testing. So this is tested without any planning and documentation. So normally this can be performed whenever an immediate test needs to be reported or something. So we can perform this testing without any planning. So this is what we have just learned, the 4 types of testing, that is black box, white box, gray box and ad hoc testing. So in the next video we'll look in detail what are the different types of testing even more, like unit testing, regression testing, integration testing. Catch you up in the next video. Subscribe to the channel, like and share.